Hey everyone, let us know if you can hear us.
Should be good.
Okay, let us know if you can hear us.
Right.
All right, Peak says, I like books, so this should be a fun stream. I hope so.
Yeah, I say everybody likes books a little bit, Peak.
I don't know. There's some people who are just like anti-readers.
Yeah, some people don't like them at all. What all comments we got here? Got a lot.
Oh, it was just me and Pete going back and forth.
You and Pete going back and forth. All right, I see we got 4 people in the chat, y'all. How's everybody doing?
We are going to be discussing our favorite books today. So comment in a few of your favorite books, and we can discuss why our favorites are our favorites. And that way we can recommend some to you guys, and then you can recommend some to us.
Yeah, so I'll probably be pulling from my childhood with some of my favorites because honestly, I struggle to read a lot nowadays. So
yeah, I think every adult has phases where they can't read because like work and whatnot.
3 kids and a full-time job. Whew. If I get my Bible reading done, sometimes I'm doing good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So Life's Good says we can hear. Okay, sure can. We can hear. Sleepy. Oh, I'm there. I'm so there. We have been watching a new series on Netflix, and we stayed up and finished it last night, so I'm tired too.
Yeah, we're doing good, but sleepy is that's part of being a parent too.
Yeah, so, it is.
Yeah.
All right, if you're just coming on, we're going to be discussing our favorite books. Tell us your favorites. We'll tell you mine and Aaron's, and then everybody knows what to read next.
Yeah, so we already got one book coming in the comments here.
All right.
Peak Quality starts out at number 1. The best book of all time, the goat of all. The goat of all goats is the Bible.
Yeah.
Hey, that's right. That's right, Simeon. Don't shame me if the Bible's not in my top 5.
All right. So do you want to start working through the list?
Yeah, let's start. Let's start at the bottom and work up. That's what I do.
Okay. Well, my number 5 for me is by Dr. John Deloney, and it's Building a Non-Anxious Life. I have it in the audiobook. I've enjoyed it because it is very practical. Now, I did get, I feel like he's a little long-winded. Sometimes he repeats his point over and over within a chapter, and that can be hard to listen to over time. But his points are really good. They're very practically applicable, and there's a lot of wisdom to it. So I actually enjoyed listening to that book. That's my number 5 within my top 5.
So, John, if you ever hear this, we do like your book.
Yeah. I like it. It's, just speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. But now, as far as I go, I haven't read that book.
Yeah.
I haven't.
You can listen to it. You can log into my account. Audible.
Yeah, audiobooks really is the best way to go for me in audio.
He's blue collar, so he's working with his hands and on his feet all day. So he listens to things. That's the best way he can get through books nowadays.
Yeah. We got a good many people here.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, we're going over our favorite books, y'all. Let us know your favorite books.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jake. Hey, Jake, thanks for the share. Appreciate that very much.
If you're just now jumping in, let us know what your favorite book is, or even a few of your favorite books. We're going to let you know ours, and so we know what to read next.
Yeah. So,
all right, what's your number 5?
All right, this goes back to my childhood, but the Boxcar Kids. It was a good book. It's
a series, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a series. Yeah, it's I don't know how many books they wrote. A good many, probably 20 or 30, I'd imagine. But just adventures. It was like young kids solved a few little mysteries, kind of cute little things. As a kid, I loved that book, and I put it as my number 5. Did you read that series?
I didn't read any of those. I read the Sugar Creek Gang and some Nancy Drew. That's more of my childhood books. Oh, and Lord of the Rings. I was into that too. So.
Okay. Yeah.
So so we got a few more.
Who all has read that series? Any of y'all read that series?
The Boxcar Kids.
All right. Stella Rose says hi. I'm a huge fan.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I have I've seen you in some comments on some of our shorts, so yeah, we appreciate it. let's see. Stella says, I love Babysitter's Book Club books.
Yeah, Babysitter's Club.
Babysitter's
Yeah, that
Club
is a pretty good one. I've had a few friends recommend that one.
Okay.
That's a young adult one.
Young adult.
Yeah, it's a young adult series.
I haven't read that.
A lot of teen girls love that one.
Okay.
And then Riley says.
Riley Blackford says.
Maze Runner. Okay, I haven't read Maze Runner yet. I've had so many of y'all tell me to read Maze Runner, and I haven't done it. I'm just gonna have to just have a weekend where I just sit down and read the dang thing. All right. Well, we got a few more people coming in, so if you are just hopping in, comment your favorite book or a few of your favorite books. We're gonna be talking about ours, and that way everyone has new book recommendations.
Yeah, Maze Runner. It's a good movie now. The first one particularly. I like the movie.
I hate that the series fell flat.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel Courtney says Babysitter's Club.
So that's 2 for that.
Yeah.
All right. Peak Quality. One of my favorite fiction books is Invasion by John S. Lewis. It is about an alien invasion and a comic book character who is actually real. It is also a Christian book.
That sounds interesting. That sounds like one we should get for the girls to read.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah, we're going to have to remember that one. All right, Peak says...
Love Maze Runner, Riley.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. And Riley says, I like the Boxcar Kids. They were a lot of fun. Yeah, I know, Riley. They were great. They were great. That would have been the first series of books I ever read.
Yeah.
Like when I started reading.
Well, don't ever read through them again, because a lot of times whenever you really love something as a kid and then you go back and experience it as an adult, it ruins it for you. It's like the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. I loved that movie as a kid. Watching it as an adult, I was like, oh my goodness.
The junk that was in that movie. That movie was so inappropriate.
I was just like, oh my goodness. Or Shrek. Shrek is heavily inappropriate. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to go with number 4 next. Number 4 in my top 5 is Atomic Habits. I've got my stack of books over here, y'all.
Yeah, she's going to show them all off to you.
All right, Atomic Habits. I love this one because, once again, it is practically applicable for everyone. It talks about the importance of your mindset and the importance of every little move you make throughout the day, and how everything you do in one day and every thought you make, 60-something% of it is repeated the next day. So if you want to make life changes, you have to start with the little thoughts and the little actions. It's all about starting small and making big changes. And it is applicable to anybody's life in any phase of life. And it can be applied to any area of your life, from health to finances to religion to relationships, you name it. So it's just a good get your crap together book.
Yeah. So, like, if you want to get up early in the mornings,
yes,
go to bed early the night before.
Well, he goes even further than that with the simplicity of make sure you have a glass of water beside your bedside table, because if you wake up when that first alarm goes off, take a sip of water, it begins to wake up your organs so that you wake up faster.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, and like your alarm clock, put it on the other side of the room, so you got to get out of bed, turn it off.
That is one.
That would probably help me.
That is actually one that they do recommend. Okay, so we have anything new?
Yeah, we got a few comments coming in here. Peak Quality says, I like the third movie too. Talking about Maze Runner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't think I saw the third one.
I only saw the first one.
I saw the second. I think you slept through the second.
Yeah. Peak Quality, it is geared more towards teens though. My Life in Action is the autobiography of Jackie Chan. All right. Hey, I love Jackie Chan's movies growing up. Old Drunken Master.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. That's one I've watched a ton as a kid. Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr. Nice Guy.
Man, wore that movie out.
All right, what's your number 4?
Peak Quality says, I check my YouTube stats in the morning. Does that count as reading?
Is it a book? Is that...
It's an important thing. All right. So my number 4 I've got on here is the Hardy Boys. That's going back to my childhood too. I probably read them a little bit after I got past the Boxcar Kids stage, and they're clean books. They're good for teens or young children, and you can let your kids read them and not worry that there's something just perverted in them. So, yeah, I enjoy them. Did you ever read them?
Nope.
No. You read Nancy Drew, didn't you? Did you read Nancy Drew?
Some of it.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, Nancy Drew, that would be like the girls' version of Hardy Boys. But, yeah. So.
All right. Got a few comments?
Yeah, I got a few here.
The Art of War.
The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I think that's Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
I have not read that, Jeremiah. But I have heard you talk about that many times, so maybe I should go read it. I think that's an old book. Who all has read that book on here? Anybody read Sun Tzu? Pig Quality says, love The Art of War. Jeremiah says, very practical, good for children. Talking about
the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys? Okay, yeah. All right.
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel says, hey there. Hey, Daniel. We're going over our favorite books. So, yeah, tell us your favorite books.
All right. And then Life's Good says, off the topic, but y'all's favorite songs and thoughts on these new songs that are coming out. That is actually on the content calendar in the next few weeks. It's a very interesting conversation. We have very different tastes in music. So that'll be an interesting live. It really will.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
But definitely country for me. All right.
I read, you got to click on it for me to be able to see it. I read Bobbsey Twins as a kid. I've heard of that one. Okay.
Bobbsey. I never read Bobbsey Twins, so I do not.
All right. Peak says, here's a great quote from it. This ain't Texas, ain't no Hold'em. Sons.
That is Rihanna.
No, Beyonce. Beyonce. She stole it. That's what it is.
I don't think she stole it. I think he's full of it.
Oh, you think he's full of it?
I think he's full of it.
Is he pulling my leg?
Pink, are you full of it? All right. Life's Good says, yeah, yee country.
Yeah.
Yee.
All right, so let's do our thirds. All right, so my third favorite book is the Bible. I had to put that in my top 5 because it really is. I read it pretty much every day, and it is so freaking entertaining. So first off, you have the sass of Jesus himself. If you read the sarcasm from that man, God, forgive me, it is hysterical. He's like, have I not? Did you not read it? Did I not already say that? Excuse me. Oh, I love it. I just eat it up. But then there's like these weird stories from the Old Testament, like that huge obese guy who was like a horrible leader, and he was so obese that they couldn't not move him anymore. And so the assassin come in to deliver more food, stabs him with a dagger, and he's so fat, he shoves the dagger all the way through him. It gets lost in the rolls of flubber, and they can't get it out. He literally just dies. Stories like that. Okay? Yeah. And then we won't even get into the talking donkey. There's just so much in the Bible that is entertaining as can be. And then there's also like some wisdom thrown in there. So, I mean, it's like a perfect book. It really is. Yeah, it's perfect.
One of my favorite characters in the Bible was the Apostle Peter.
Peter, oh yeah.
Because that dude, you could tell that dude was a hot-headed redneck.
I bet he was a ginger.
He probably was. If you really read about the disciples, Peter, some of the stuff he does, like, it's wild. Like, cutting that dude's ear off.
Yeah.
So he'd be my favorite disciple before.
Okay. All right. What's your number 3?
All right. So my number 3 is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey.
Okay.
Yeah, it can help you get your life under control. If you're out of control with money, get on a budget, follow the baby steps. It can help you. It helps a lot. It's helped me at times. Sometimes not so much. But it is a good book.
I think the biggest thing to keep in mind when it comes to any of Dave Ramsey's works is that it's the principles that you should walk away with, not necessarily 100% of the application. Because some of the application will be very difficult depending on the season of life you're in or your current position financially. But if you will follow the principles, you will do better. It will improve things. So that's just a point I'd like to make because a lot of people are really turned off by Dave Ramsey in general because he's made some very blanket statements that aren't even applicable to people like us. You know, we are a single income family with kids. So whenever you have that lifestyle, a lot of these things that he teaches may not even be applicable for us because it's just not a possibility. And that doesn't mean we should throw away the baby with the bathwater. It just means we need to take what we need from it and let the rest go.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so I think Peak is pulling my leg again over here. He's got some
Full of Sun Zoo quotes. Here's another. Bird, it's so cold, it's so cold.
Oh my goodness.
Peak's full of it.
He's yeah. Boy, get out of my comments with your nonsense.
I like the Halsey Mana Apocalypse series.
Who knows if that's an actual series? I mean, he's over here pulling my leg.
I'm currently on the last book. Halsey Mana I think that is a real book. I don't know anything about that series, Peak.
All
Never
right.
read that one.
So, number 2, my second favorite book is the Aragon series. Daniel, if you're still on here. All right. So,
We'll go ahead and do a spoiler. That's my number 2, too.
Okay, so it's both of our second favorites. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my Bible. I just had it in my stack. Isn't it beautiful? It's King James. It's King James. Okay. Anyway. All right, so I'm trying to unstack all this.
Got some new people in here. Guys, we're going over our favorite books. So let us know what your favorites are.
Okay, so I was introduced to Aragon when I was 14 by my older brother. Okay, I fell in love with the series, and we just kind of started this tradition where every Christmas he would get one for Christmas for a few years. And when he would get done with it, he'd pass it to me, and I'd read it. So then I became obsessed, and then I read them over and over, and I ended up borrowing my own copies from the library for a while, and then, anyway, I borrowed them from friends, but I never actually had my own official copies. Well, this last Christmas, Aaron bought me the full series, so I actually had the hardcover copies myself, and I could read them whenever I want. So we've been going through these as a family with the kids. We're about halfway through the first book, the actual Aragon book. And so far it's been slow, which everyone who's read this series knows that the first half of the Aragon book is very slow because he's doing character development. He's really establishing people's personalities and who characters are, and that can take make things a little slow. Every other book is chock full of action and entertainment, so we just got to get through this one part.
Yeah, so to be honest, I haven't even read the whole series. I am reading through it my first time with her and the family. So I put it as my number 2 because it's a great book, but I'm actually reading it for the first time right now. So.
And then he recently came out with this one, Mortag. Me and my brother-in-laws have gone over what this word is 1,000 times.
Murtagh.
I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, I'm over here going Mortag, and they're going Mortag. And at first I thought it was Mortagh, but then I overheard Christian Poloni, the actual writer, saying it as a G sound, Mortag. And I was like, dude, English language is complicated enough.
Yes,
but anyway, so I absolutely love that series. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, it's a good series. So if you haven't read it, read it. There is one rough chapter, violence-wise, early on, which had turned some people off to it. But if you get through that, it's good.
Yeah.
So, All right, we got several comments coming in here. Peak quality. My favorite quote so far is "He's pulling my leg." Sun Tzu.
Pig, I'm gonna come find you.
Daniel says Aragon is a great book.
It really is. It's got everything.
Pete Quality says I like Aragon. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Pete Quality, you having fun?
Put him in timeout. I'm serious. Put him in comment timeout.
That's funny. All right, what's your
All right.
number one?
All right, so that's your number two. All right, then we got to go to number one. Okay, so number one for me is the Lord of the Rings series. Started reading it. The Hobbit. I read it probably about 8 years old, and I've always borrowed them. I don't have them myself. I've always just borrowed the books from people or the library. Eventually, I do hope to get the actual hard copies myself, but I will say they're my favorites.
So Lord of the Rings or Hobbit? Which one would be your favorite?
The whole series, because
Just the
The
whole
Hobbit is like a prequel to The Lord of the Rings, so I feel like it's all one.
So everybody in the comments, what do y'all say is the best of them? Y'all like Lord of the Rings or Hobbit better? I think I like Lord of the Rings better. The story.
Yeah.
I like the story.
But what's crazy is like you've only seen the movies.
Yeah, I've never read.
There's so much in the books that was left out in the movies.
Yeah. All right, let's see what P Quality's saying here.
He
Please,
says, please
don't. Sun's too hard of war. All right, cut it out, Pete. Jeremiah says, cut it out, Pete.
That's funny.
All right.
All right, what's your number one?
My number one book is Beric the Briton by G.A. Henty. This is it. G.A. Henty lived in the 1800s. He died in 1902, so all of his books were written, I think, before 1900 or up to that point. And it's historical fiction. He takes a historical, a lot of times most of the time it's like a war, adds a fictional character, creates a fictional narrative around that character, but then tells a historical story. He did phenomenal. The Beric the Briton is probably my favorite of his I've read. He wrote 99 long stories, and
Okay, so this is a story of the Roman invasion.
yeah,
So this is going to be Roman Empire
invading
story.
Britain is what it is.
Okay. See, a lot of people are into the Roman Empire. That is a whole like craze right now. So I guess this would be a good option.
There's gladiator fights in here, guys. This is a great book. If you like good adventure, it's all clean and it's great. But he wrote 99 long stories like that. That's like a 400-page book. And then he wrote many short stories. I've probably actually only read 15 of his books, so I could read a lot more. But yeah, that's my number one book.
Oh, this is funny. I just come to a random page. It says, "It is a shame to turn such a grand-looking man into a gladiator." That's
Good-looking
funny.
fella.
Apparently.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'd be like, yes, he's a good-looking one. Let's put him out there in the field to get stripped.
All right, we got some new blood here in the
All right.
chat. Sophia, hi, my name is Sophia. Hey, Sophia. If you're wondering who I am, you can read. I'm 7 years old and I'm second grade, and I'm using my phone. All right, good deal. What's your favorite book, Sophia?
All right. Peak says, "I like The Eye of Mines by James Dashner." I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, that.
I have to go look it up to make sure it's a legitimate book.
I think he's being serious on that one, probably.
You think he's being serious?
Yeah. You'd say Sun Tzu if he wasn't being serious.
Does he do that in real life?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I also read a lot of comic books.
Oh yeah.
Now, I don't read comic books, but I do. Watch comic movies or like Marvel stuff. Peak Quality says, it is, I swear.
That's funny.
All right.
Let's wrap up.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching. We've had a lot of fun. We hope you've had fun. Let us know in the comments as we go. What are your favorite books that you read? If you missed this live or you just now joining, you can go back and see what our favorite books are. But thank you for joining, and we'll be back soon.
All right. Thank y'all so much.